Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. Today on the Black Financial Channel, I'm going to talk about obesity drugs and how these obesity drugs are going to impact the economy. Well, how obesity in general is going to impact the economy, and also, if you stick around to the end, I will talk about a stock that I just bought yesterday that I believe is going to do really well. So get comfortable, buckle up a seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every day because we believe in Black people, and we also believe in breaking generational curses. We believe in building wealth. We believe that's one of the most important things you can do in this society today. So if you agree with this philosophy, put a B1 in the chat. Also, shout out the city you're from. I see Dorothy out of Chicago and Big Wig Energy from Columbia, South Carolina. The Big Wick Energy. Okay. Fannie Wilson. I see you. D Rich. That sounds like D1. D1 is a friend of mine. He's a rapper, and right now D1 is D1 is doing the job. D was actually last year our entertainer of the year at the All Black National Convention. I've been friends with him for a long time. He's like family. And I love the guy. And right now he's in the middle of the mix. He's really talking to the rappers about what responsible music looks like and how to not let the music industry destroy the Black community. I encourage you to support him. I support him 100% because I think that that's what we need. We need that maturity back. So anyway, football fan, I see you, Pierre and Angela out of Oakland. I see Youngstown, Ohio. My friend Maurice Claret is out of Youngstown, I believe. He's a great running back for the Buckeyes. And I see Maurice on Instagram now. I think they did him wrong at Ohio State. I'm a Buckeye myself, but they did him wrong. Anyway, let's get into it. All right. So let me know if you're buying your stock. Give me a yes. How many of you are buying stock on a regular basis? And also give me a quick yes. So let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me okay. So I hope you guys are buying stock regularly because I mentioned to you all that this is so important for your economic future. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money. It's not extremely difficult. If you're not sure what to do, just feel free to join my class. We meet every Tuesday and we go through the basics of investing. So that's theblackstockmarketprogram.com. We're also doing a stock options training program this weekend. And so anyway, the thing I wanted to talk about today is this weight loss drug frenzy. Apparently, there's this drug called Ozempic that is supposed to be this miracle weight loss drug, and it's so impactful. It's kind of like the Tupac of medication, in my opinion, because the reason I say that is because it's almost like with Tupac, he was so impactful as an artist that he kind of affected all the other artists that were in the industry. Or when 50 Cent came into hip hop, it was the same way. Jay-Z said, "We get your albums out because 50 Cent's coming. 50 Cent's coming." Well, it's the same way. Ozempic is coming. And what Ozempic has been doing is really shaking up the industry so much that they said that it's going to literally power an entire market for anti-obesity drugs 16-fold, according to Goldman Sachs. As I'm reading here, it says the anti-obesity market could become a $100 billion industry by 2030. Goldman Sachs predicts the field is still in its early stages, but may have reached an inflection point, the bank said. The rise of GLP-1 weight loss drugs has meant big gains for Novo Nordisk, and Eli Lilly. The anti-obesity market is primed for a massive surge over the next 6 years, according to Goldman Sachs. Strategists for the bank said in a research note published Tuesday that they're expecting the rise of weight loss drugs or anti-obesity medications to power the industry to 16-fold gains that will push its total valuation from $6 billion to $100 billion. The obesity market is still in its early stages, according to biopharmaceuticals analyst Chris Shibutani, noting that the $100 billion figure was still preliminary and relatively sensitive to minor tweaks and underlying drivers. The chronic weight management market is undergoing an inflection in our view, with potential for solid growth ahead and a peak opportunity that, by our estimates, could ultimately yield some of the highest grossing drugs of all time. Well, where does this come from? Well, in America, you have a big obesity issue. Let me know if you've noticed this. We have a lot of fat people here. We just do. And I think that it's some of it's cultural, some of it's driven by the food and drug industry. They tend to push out this crazy food that's giving everybody cancer, making everybody sick, and it's because capitalism, money has controlled your government. So because there are so many financial incentives for them to let this stuff slide, they don't do their job. They just don't do their job. I can tell you the truth. When I was in Europe, I didn't see hardly any obese people. When I was in Iceland, I saw no obese people. I didn't even see any homeless people. I didn't see anything involving guns and chaos or anything like that. Like, so when I get back to America and I'm seeing guns and horrible schools and obese people everywhere, homeless people everywhere, a fentanyl crisis, what I'm really seeing is the dark side of capitalism. I'm seeing what happens when you allow money to drive you away from doing what is right for the people in that society. So as a result of this obesity thing, where we've sort of decided that that being obese is good, and that if anybody who speaks about it, like I've spoken about it, and I believe me, I had the whole mainstream media attacking me pretty badly because I said I don't think that it's good for Lizzo's record label to pay her money to go promote obesity to people that are dying from obesity. I don't understand why that was such a controversial statement. I don't want people to die, but maybe they do. Maybe they think death is a good thing. I have no idea. But anyway, I saw some of this firsthand, and what I saw was that sometimes if you let bad culture slide and you're not thinking about the long-term implications, then you're going to have a lot of problems. So what are the long-term implications of the obesity epidemic in America? Well, does anybody have anybody in their family that's dying from things like cancer, heart disease, strokes, diabetes? Anybody? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have relatives or if you yourself have been affected by these things. Well, I know I have, and I know I've got relatives in my family that are being affected by these things right now. It's coming from the bad food, things like that. And so this obesity issue, it's become a national security problem. The military has a hard time recruiting soldiers now because Americans are so damn fat. And so now, the way the pharmaceutical industry works, let me tell you a little bit, let me give you a little economic game in terms of how the darker side of capitalism can work. So, what they'll do is they will sell you, they'll make money on the front and the back end. They'll make money selling you things that'll make you fat. And then they'll make money selling you drugs that'll help you deal with the fatness that was preventable, but they sold you the fat in the beginning, and then they're going to sell you the weight loss in the end. So Ozempic is so impactful that they believe it could affect other drugs. It could affect the drugs related to things like kidney disease and heart disease and everything else. All these other ailments that come from being overweight. All those the money they were making from selling those drugs to help you deal with the consequences of being overweight, they say those drugs are going to be affected. So there's going to be a little bit of cannibalization, economically speaking. Let me know if if you understand what I'm saying here. There's a cannibalization where Ozempic is coming in like Tupac and just taking over the industry by storm. So this is going to be big. This is going to be a massive economic crater shift. It's going to affect everything from even airlines said they're going to spend millions of dollars less on fuel because they're not going to be transporting as many morbidly obese people. Like the people they're transporting will be lighter. I'm an airplane pilot, and I can tell you that weight is important. Weight and balance. We have a whole class on weight and balance we have to take because if you got people on your plane that are too heavy, it does affect how the airplane flies. So literally, this is going to have a massive effect on the economy going very broadly. I think it's good to some extent, if these drugs can help prevent other worse ailments that come along down the line. I think that's fine. However, I'm also a big fan of things like diet and exercise as ways to prevent having to go to big pharma to solve a problem that is otherwise preventable. Let me know if that's okay for me to say that. I hope it's not politically correct for me to encourage you to be healthy. So anyway, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. And after I share a couple more things with you, I'll let you know the stock that I like right now. I have a new podcast on Spotify called How to Make Money Without Working. So if you go to Spotify, you can look up my name, Boyce Watkins. There's two podcasts. One's called the Dr. Boyce Breakdown. That's just me kind of talking about a little bit of everything. But some of you like me to just talk about financial stuff. So I created How to Make Money Without Working, which is strictly about how to make money without working. So feel free to find that on Spotify. Also, secondly, Thursday in the Black Business School, I am doing a stock options training camp, a one-day event where I'm going to specifically show you very quickly how to make money selling stock options, not buying them, selling stock options, and exactly how I do it. And I'm going to spend an hour and a half doing that. If you'd like to join us for that event, just go to drboyceprime101.com. That's drboyceprime101.com. And also text the word stock to 31996, and I can send you a link to join us when the day comes. All right. So here is, I'm going to read a little bit of this article, and then I will let you get back to your busy day. So here in I'm looking here in CNBC. They said Wall Street's asking how weight loss drugs will affect consumer giants, but it's still too early to tell. They said Delta Airlines, Pepsi, Philip Morris International, and Darden Restaurants are among the companies facing questions about how GLP-1s are going to affect their bottom lines. Only a fraction of people with obesity in the U.S. currently take a GLP-1 drug, but that could rise to 13%, creating a $100 billion market. There are also unpleasant side effects and insurance coverage that could influence how many people actually take the drugs and how long they stay on them. So they said that they're naming all these companies. Some other companies like Hershey, Conagra, Nestle. They're claiming that they're going to adapt, while some analysts are making sweeping claims about how anti-obesity drugs will reshape the industries they cover. The medicines are still in the early days. It's still not yet clear how many people will actually take them, or for how long, or what long-term effect they will have on food producers, restaurants, and other industries. Known as GLP-1s, the drugs were first approved for diabetes and are now being used for obesity. Demand has spiked. Novo Nordisk can no longer make enough of its drug, Wegovy, to keep up. But even so, only a sliver of eligible people, are actually taking the drugs at this point, said Goldman Sachs analyst Chris Shibutani. I mentioned that earlier. The number could rise to 13%. Okay, we talked about that. The question is, quote, is very much at the forefront of thinking about the size of the market, as well as what might be the material changes that we see in other industries that might be affected, such as food and beverage industries, consumption, even the competition for discretionary spending and luxury goods. A month's supply of Wegovy costs $1,400. Insurance coverage varies, a lofty expense for many potential users. Wegovy and similar drugs can also cause some unpleasant side effects like vomiting and diarrhea. Who wants that? Who wants to have all that going out both ends? Ooh, that's nasty. All right. Only about 1/3 of people who start the drugs will take them 1 year later. Okay. So this says that the drug may not have the long-term effect. However, I'm sure they're in the lab trying to figure out ways to create a drug that's just as effective, that minimizes the side effects, right? And also, in the spirit of big pharma, pay attention now. Their goal is to get your money, right? So I'm speculating that they're going to say, here's a drug that'll help you lose weight. Here's another drug that'll help you deal with side effect one. Here's another drug that will help you deal with side effect two. Right? Do you understand? This is how the capitalism game works, right? So if the drug that we give you has problems, well, that problem is really it could be seen as a problem, or for in the mind of the hardcore capitalist pharmaceutical company, it is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to make it. Oh, diarrhea is your side effect. Oh, well, here's another drug that will help you with the diarrhea. Oh, well, here's another drug that will help you with the vomiting, right? So this is kind of unfortunate, because there are it seems to me that the economic incentive for the pharmaceutical industry, unfortunately, has been that look, the way we will help fix your problem is with a drug. And if the drug causes more problems than you had before, then we'll just give you another drug, because that keeps the money machine flowing, right? Which obviously is in contradiction to the most direct way to support your health, which is to do little things like get up, exercise. Let's not eat all the crazy food, right? This is what B1 people are doing. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to think about, because it's important to stay ahead of the curve. Because remember, they say health is wealth, but no, health is more important than wealth, because if you lose your health, then they'll drain all your wealth just to sell you a fraction of your health back. They can't get you your health back. They'll just sell you something to numb the pain as your health deteriorates until you die broke again. Okay. So these are some of the little economic machines that are designed to drain everything you work for. I don't want that to happen to you. So while I'll talk about these drugs, and I'm actually going to mention the company I'm going to mention is a pharmaceutical company I just bought shares in. I don't think there's anything wrong with owning stock in these companies. There's also the part of me that's kind of saying maybe a better strategy for us is to get to a position where we don't need these drugs in the first place, right? Just a little bit of exercise, a little bit of walking, a few jumping jacks, a trip to the gym, getting an accountability partner, little things like that can make a big difference. My wife, I was really, really getting obese years ago, and my wife has been my accountability partner. And I'm gonna tell you, just honestly, guys, look, the number one reason when I look back at all the challenges of being marriage ain't easy all the time. It's just a lot of work, a lot of adjustment. The biggest benefit was marrying someone who had me in the gym on a regular basis, because now I feel better. I'm healthier. I don't know what man I would have been if I had remained single during that time. Not to say I could have did it on my own. Maybe there's other ways to solve that problem, but it's just a great benefit. So just something to think about. All right. So anyway, let me keep going here. All right. So the stock that I want to share with you, I'll share. Actually, if you could, please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, share, subscribe really quick if you can. And also my website's boycewatkins.com. If there's anything we can do to help you on your economic journey, just visit us at boycewatkins.com. And also at drboycebooks.com. You can get a copy of my book, The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. So the stock that I like right now is Morphic Holdings. The ticker symbol is MORF. MORF. I bought some shares last night. There is no guarantee. This is not investing advice. All right. It's very important to understand that most economic theory says that you cannot predict what a stock is going to do with 100% precision. However, based on the indicators I've seen, I like Morph, and I believe that the stock might have gone down today. MORF. That's I want to do the phonetic alphabet, but I should. M for like, what's the Mike? Mike. That's what. So Mike, Oscar. I don't know what the R would be. See, that's so bad. I should know these things, right? In my pilot training, we did the phonetic alphabet. I should know the phonetic alphabet. I'm kind of mad at myself right now. But RF, MORF. There we go. So let me just stop. It did not go down today, or it did go down today. There we go. So thank you, John C. Taylor. Let me take a look here. I'm going to look and see what Morph did. So here's the thing, right? So my thought is that if the stock goes down and it's a good stock, then maybe that's an opportunity to buy even more. The market overall, I think today was a pretty weak market. And so days like that are good days to go and lock and load and get ready for position yourself to benefit when things do well. Now, okay, so overall, at least the Dow went up just slightly. The S&P went up slightly. So today was a pretty flat day, but Morph actually went down. So I'm going to go buy some more shares actually because, I like this stock. Romeo, thank you, Eric. See, Eric, now I'm feeling kind of bad right now, but I appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right. So anyway, MORF, that's Mike, Oscar, Romeo, Foxtrot. There we go. All right. Anyway, if you want to get profit alerts from me, just text the word stock to 31996. Text stock to 31996. I'll also send you our $5 a day investing plan and a training we have called How to Make Money Without Working. And I also have a podcast called How to Make Money Without Working on Spotify. So you can go find it there. And my new book is The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power, which you can find at drboycebooks.com. So take care, guys. Have a good day. Thank you so much for listening. And I hope you have a wonderful day and happy investing. Invest. Build that wealth for your kids. Build that wealth for yourself. That's how you get ahead in this society. We ain't got time to waste on all the silliness. I want you to focus on your future. Got it? Give me a yes if you agree. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Love you. I'll see you soon. Peace.